Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Staley High School, where the Lee Summit Tigers, the 5-3 Lee Summit Tigers, are taking on the 8-3 Staley Falcons. Tigers coming into this matchup looking pretty good their last couple games. They started off the year with a loss. They've bounced back, obviously, getting their record up above 500. Falcons with a couple more games under their belt. We'll be looking for an entertaining contest here in Staley. Felix NUDK ready to tip for the Tigers. Jamal Davis for the Falcons. Falcons will win the tip. They'll get things started for us here in Staley. Amari Kemp with an early steal for the Tigers. Trips over trying to get the ball up the floor. And it'll stay here with Staley.
That was great instinct by Amari Kemp, thinking one step ahead of the play. You love to see that out of your players.
Little mistake there on the inbounds pass. Lee Summit will reclaim possession. Maybe some high adrenaline here coming into the game. A couple mistakes now quickly from both teams. Full court press being implemented early by the Falcons. Amari Kemp will get the inbounds. Loses his dribble. He's going to get a little lob back to McDonald. Good pressure there from the Falcons. Kendrick Stone playing tight defense on Luke McDonald. Ball back in Kemp's hands on the near side. Going inside, going up for a layup, and Kemp will put the Tigers on the board to start this ball game. Byron Alexander. Now back up top, Jamal Davis. On the near side, Kylan Evans. Ball now back into the corner. DJ Pita, three on the way, no good, a little strong. Luke McDonald with the rebound. Full court press still being played here by Staley. Ball comes down into NUDK. Good steal that time by Jamal Davis. Falcons will bring it back the other way. Inside, now back out to the corner. Another three on the way. No good again that time from Patia.
That is now the second possession that the Tigers have left a Staley Falcon out there on the corner. Thankfully, he did not make those buckets, but if he did, it could have been dangerous.
Gonna have to tighten up on that defense a little bit. Ball will stay here with Staley. No good on the pass after the rebound. Comes out to the top of the key to Byron Alexander. Evans. Now back up at the top of the K, Patia.
Falcons are doing a great job spreading the ball around.
Good ball movement here early on for sure. Inside, good pass down low, and a foul on Davis as he went up. Still just 2-0 Lee Summit. 6:24 left to go here in the first quarter. And the first foul of the contest has been committed by Lee Summit. Jamal Davis shooting two. First one good. Tigers are going to have to do a good job tonight locking down Byron Alexander, the 6'3 senior forward for the Falcons, averaging right around 19 points a ball game so far. We haven't had to say his name in any way that's going to lead to them maybe getting worried about his hot start. So we haven't seen too much production so far out of the Falcons on offense. Luke McDonald with it on the near side wing. Looks down low to NUDK. He's going to have to give it up to Max Weisner outside. Amari Kemp with it, a deep three on the way. No good. Good rebound that time by Weisner. No good again. The tip in by LaRue. No good. Tipped around once again. Amari Kemp with it goes up. No good. Patia comes down with it now for the Falcons, pushing it up the floor. Evans with it on the near side. Fakes a little handoff, stays in the corner. McDonald right on him. On the near side wing, Jamal Davis calling for it down on the block. No passes there. Ball goes out to the corner. Patia with it. 0 for 2 from behind the arc so far tonight. He's going to come inside. Pass down to Davis. Stolen by NUDK. Amari Kemp with it now, ready to take it up the floor for the Tigers. High pace of play so far. Not too many buckets. Just 2-2. Falcons still without a field goal, getting their only 2 from the line. Luke McDonald with it in the corner. Little trap by the Falcons. Finds LaRue on the far side. Coming inside. Now trying to find a pass. They're going to say LaRue got pushed.
That was a great idea, trying to get the ball into the paint, but that was maybe a little bit too much, and just keep it simpler. Find maybe Amari on the on the end for the three.
Amari Kemp has had a great start to the year, shooting the ball well for the Tigers. And they'll be looking for some offensive protection from him here tonight for sure. Big, tall Bud Crawford will check in now for the first time for the Tigers. The inbounds pass, and it looks like they're going to call a 5-second violation there. So some good inbounds defense from the Falcons this time. Still just 2-2, 5:14 left in the first period. Low-scoring contest. Also checking into the game, Asa Bridges for the Falcons. He'll get it. He dribbles it off his own foot. Lure will come up and pressure from half court, and of course that's a backcourt violation. You can't do that. So very quickly, a sub out there. Bridges, the turnover, not getting much playing time, getting in for about 10 seconds and kicking it off his own foot. So we'll see Caillou Gazzo check in for the first time tonight as well. McDonald with it, Gazzo right on him. Kemp with it on the near side wing. Bud Crawford at the top of the key. LaRue for three. No good, a little strong. Rebound by Stone. Looking up the court. Good steal that time by McDonald, and a good job putting the ball on the floor so he doesn't travel with it. He's got his foot on it. That's a creative way to get in there and try to keep it from your opponent. Forcing the jump ball there. Good play by McDonald.
I think he just saved the bucket.
Just a heads-up play. No pass coming out there from the seat of his pants. McDonald able to play soccer with it on the ground almost without getting that kick ball violation. Full court still in effect for the Falcons. Bryson LaRue with it. Slick handles on the ball, gets it across half court. Looking for a pass at the top of the key, finds Wisner down low, goes inside, and it's blocked. Jamal Davis rises up and meets Wisner at the rim. No bucket coming down low. Now in the corner, three-point on the way, no good. Wisner will get the rebound. The Tigers will try to slow things down after that play, get things back in their favor. Luke McDonald with it at the top of the key. Wisner looking down low for the big, tall Bud Crawford, and he finishes. Listed at 6'8". That kid just keeps on growing. Ball now in the corner quickly. And how about that? Caillou Gazzo answers right back and gives Staley their first lead of the ball game.
Now, I'm not sure if it's just really good defense playing tonight, but we only have a total of 9 points so far with only 3 minutes and 45 seconds left.
We've seen Staley looking for that corner three quite a bit. They haven't hit it more than just that one time. That's their first field goal of the contest. So good defense on both sides, I think, but we've also seen both teams kick each other in the foot. That was a creative pass by Wisner. Not sure if it was intentional off the backboard there. A loose ball foul going to be called that time on Kyan Evans. Coach Little going to send Alex Benassi to check in for the Tigers. This sophomore can shoot the lights out, and he'll come and give Bryson LaRue his first break. 3:29 left here in the first quarter. Still waiting on the refs to get things started here. Inbounds pass will come to McDonald. Gazzo going to pressure the moment he gets the ball. McDonald looking down low again for Bud Crawford. He's hard to stop down low. He's going to lose the handle on it. It'll go the other way. Tigers are doing a good job getting the ball down low, but they've only converted that one time when they get it down there. So they need to get a little better here tonight with converting their chances. Byron Alexander with it. Gazzo in the corner coming inside. Tries to dish it off. It bounced off McDonald. It's picked up. The Falcons will get the bucket that time. Caden Fish with the finish, getting his first points of the night. It's 7-4 Falcons. Luke McDonald in the corner, finding Wisner down low. No block coming that time, and the Tigers are back on the board. Full court pass coming down low. Fish goes up, blocked by Crawford. Alex Benassi with it. Alexander on him. Ball comes out to Wisner. Coming down low, trying to find Crawford. It's going to go to the corner now with Benassi. Pass comes down low to Kemp, and Kemp will lay it in. The Tigers are back on top.
Tigers are playing great in the post tonight.
Moving the ball well. They're finding the open man with ease so far. It's just about converting those chances. Alexander with it here on the near side for Staley. Back in the hands of Patia. Back to Alexander in the corner. He's going to try to come down low. Good job that time by McDonald to pick up the steal. As we mentioned before, Alexander averaging right around 19 points a ball game. We've seen nothing coming from him so far. The Tigers have locked him down. That time nearly gets a steal and some transition offense going, but nothing that time. Crawford goes up with a little hook shot, no good. Alexander in the corner now. 3-ball on the way. Kendrick Stone, no good. Rebound by McDonald. Stuff in the stat sheet so far. McDonald having a good game. Looking up and finding Wisner at the top of the key. He can shoot it, decides not to. Finds Benassi coming down low. Shot inside, no good off the front iron. Rebound by Alexander. Alexander going all the way and getting fouled inside. Lee Summit on top here, 8-7, 122 left in the first quarter. Close back and forth ball game. If you're just joining us, I'm Jordan Wood. Josh Wallhooker doing color commentary for me. It's Tommy Kelsey making an appearance on graphics, and Devlin Wynn in his first time up doing live streams on the camera. Getting some of the youngins in here for the first time, trying to train them right, continue our legacy. So Josh, what do you make so far of the Tigers defense shutting down Alexander, not even able to hit from the line this time?
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job. Hopefully they can keep up this high level intensity on defense. Definitely gives them the churn when it comes to in the paint.
It's going to be, this time, the big brother of Luke McDonald. Hunter McDonald taking it up the court for the Tigers, and a foul called quickly as he crossed half court. Caden McGuire in there as well for the Tigers. Damian Wilson also checking in along with Felix Anudike. Damian Wilson on the far side with it. Guarded closely by Gazzo. On the near side wing, looking for a pass. Finds McGuire in the corner. He comes out to the wing. Looks across court. Here's McDonald. Attacking down low, gets down to the block, kicks it out. Benassi for three. No good. Flying high, Alexander for the rebound. What a pass down the court. And the layup finished off by Gazzu. So Staley back on top here with just 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Alex Benassi gets it up the floor, looks for Anudike down low, and he's fouled. Anudike makes quite a presence on the football field. We'll see if he can do the same for the Tigers here on the basketball court. K-State commit for football. Maybe get some teams looking at him on the court as well. That's the fourth foul on Staley.
Staley's loud crowd really showing up.
It's not Anudike's birthday. That might have been why he missed. Just off the backboard there. I think Anudike maybe spent a little too much time in the gym before this contest. Just about threw it over the basketball goal that time. 38.7 left here in the first quarter. Off the front iron that time. Gets his own rebound. Goes down inside right on Alexander, and it's blocked. Davis with the block. Anudike with his own rebound, and he'll finish it off. So maybe a little take that in the direction of Staley. That had to be a frustrating probably 30 seconds there for him, but he gets it back under control. Alexander with it on the wing. Davis at the top of the key. Now Gazzu on the far side. Bridges outside on the elbow now. Back to Gazzu. In the corner, back with Bridges. Comes down to the elbow, kicks out to the corner. Going up with it. Anudike tried to get the block. He can't believe the call. I don't know. You got to keep your hands up. I think he has the block if he just stays straight up that time, but 2 free throws on the way for Staley. Should be Kendrick Stone. So a chance here with just 1.4 left in the first quarter. Try to put Staley in front, and he'll do just that. Max Wisner and DJ Petit are going to check in, and Udike going to take a seat, as well as Byron Alexander. Alexander held to just 2 points here in the first quarter, and they came at the free throw line. So great job neutralizing that threat by Lee Summit so far. Petit has got one more, and then we'll be here for about a second and a half before we end things in the first quarter. Second one, no good that time. McDonald with a rebound. Little full court heave, and not a bad effort coming that time from Landon Shepard. He was Mr. Consistency for the Tigers on the football field. We've got about a minute break here We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. More of the Lee Summit Tigers taking on the Staley Falcons when we come back.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Gear up for Back to Sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
We're back now with the second quarter. Staley Falcons and Lee Summit Tigers, a close first quarter, 11-10 Staley. Gazu with it, making a couple of Tigers fans ooh and ah as they almost got a steal there. He almost made himself fall over. Instead, it'll be Staley hitting a three-pointer. Tigers have been leaving that far side open all games. They're going to have to fix that up if they want a chance of coming back in this one. Amari Kemp with it on the elbow. He's going to try and stop and pop, and a good high arcing shot that time from Amari Kemp.
7 points so far on the day. He's really tearing it up on offense.
Good steal that time from Damian Wilson shooting the gap. He'll go all the way and knocks down the layup. Patia with it. Rather, Stone with it. Screen set that time, coming down low and up high, down hard. Jamal Davis throwing it down for Staley. That'll put them back on top and maybe give them a little momentum boost. It's a good way to earn 2 points down low. Alex Benassi on the near side, gonna fake a shot. Little step back three from the top of the key, no good. That time Max Weisner went up for the rebound and loose ball foul called on Staley, so the Tigers will keep it. So the Tigers will take it out on the baseline. Referee with a couple words to Alexander. McDonald ready to throw it in. Kemp down on the block. Good defense played by Stone. No good on the little layup. Rebound goes to McDonald after getting tipped around a couple times. It'll stay with the Tigers after McDonald tried to go up with it. It was tipped away. Traditional box formation coming from the Tigers here on the inbounds pass. McDonald trying to find Weisner. They've already had one 5-second violation trying to get the ball in. They won't have another one this time. McDonald with it on the elbow. Down inside to Wilson. Is there a chance to go up? There is. He goes up and he hits over two taller defenders. That's a tough shot to get off. Great finish by the senior Damian Wilson. Doesn't get a ton of minutes, standing just 5'9", but he comes in and makes an impact when he's out there. Good D that time from Weisner. I think he got a piece of it. McDonald pushing the tempo, looking up, finding Benassi. No good on the layup. Alex Benassi. Little miscue there. It'll be Alexander pushing it up the floor. Little spin move down low, looks across court, now back in the corner. Stone, Bridges, Gaza, Alexander, great ball movement. He'll finish it off with a three.
You just can't leave a player with that shooting ability out there wide open.
Well, that was a mouthful to try to get through all those passes there. I'm going to have to take a little breather. Good thing they're taking it up nice and slow. Good shot that time from Alexander, getting his first field goal of the ball game. Pass goes down low to Weisner, little miscue. Falcons will push it back up the other way. Stone with it coming down low. Good defense by Weisner. Picked up by Bridges. And the Tigers started off the quarter looking like they wanted to come in and score, and it's now 21-17. Lee Summit just a couple miscues trying to get the ball down low. Timeout will be called. We'll finally get a little break in the action. 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. It's been a close contest so far. Josh, do you see the Tigers getting back in this one? Are they just a spark away, or is this just going to be pretty much how things are going this whole time?
I definitely think the Tigers will get back into the game, but Staley's doing an excellent job dissecting the Tigers' defense by passing around a lot and finding an open player on the arc, hitting a three. They're doing a great job with that. And I definitely think the Tigers are able to create some big plays and come back and bring the game within 1 or 2 points.
For sure. We saw that ball movement there on the Alexander three, the last bucket for Staley, or the one prior to the last bucket. Touched every single player of their offense's hands before finding Alexander and then eventually the back of the net. We saw Kansas City Chiefs come out to a slow start this last weekend. Josh, I know you're not a Chiefs fan, but I'm sure you were watching as a Broncos fan wanting to see them fail. Chiefs just needed that one spark, and that may be what we're seeing from the Tigers so far. Bud Crawford down low, going to get the pass. Looking up, no chance to get it off. He was under the basket. Bryson LaRue now cutting inside. Good pass down low to Crawford, who's just going to rise up to the rim and dump it off. A little easy bucket for the 6'8" big man down low. Bridges with it. Amari Kemp playing tight defense. Good crossover and a brick. $1 million move, 10-cent finish that time from Bridges, or from Stone rather. Kemp on the near side wing. He's going to let one loose. No good. Good try by LaRue to get the rebound. He's going to keep fighting for it and pick it up. Ball goes down inside to Crawford again, utilizing his height. They're unable to finish this time. Stone with it, looking up, steal by Wilson. So the Tigers controlling the ball since that timeout. Here comes LaRue down low. And it's going to be a charge called. Good job by Byron Alexander, sacrificing his body, showing why he's such a sought-after talent by many colleges. Bryson LaRue with a good idea to just go right at him, but going right at him when he's got his feet set is never a good idea. Ryan Evans lets the ball bounce a couple times. He'll bring it back up for the Falcons, trying to get their feet back under him. After that timeout, they've not looked like they've been able to compose themselves. LaRue just letting him dribble out near the half-court line. Starts to move in a little bit, now going out to the far side wing. Looking out top for Alexander. He's going to come down low, go right at Crawford. Stops, pops from the elbow, no good. But a rebound that time and a putback by Caden Fish.
Great job by Caden Fish, setting the pick and then going up to the paint and getting the rebound and getting the 2 points.
Once again, we've not seen Alexander get himself involved that much on the offensive side of things. As Crawford misses the layup down low. Alexander coming into this one averaging 19 points a ball game. He's just got 5 to this point and only 1 field goal. Here on the near side, it's Evans. Gonna dish it off to Fish down low. Nice cut that time, but no dish. Now coming down once again, finding the ball in the corner. Alexander will let loose, near side wing, he's gonna hit. Josh, you mentioned his shooting ability. They let him alone once again, and Staley out to a 7-point lead.
When you pass as well as Staley, you can create open space and open shots like that, and that's what happens when you have Byron Alexander who can nail those threes.
Just a good look that time to find him outside again. But like you said, they're looking for him at all times. He can shoot the ball and they can move it clearly very well, and they've done it again there for the Tigers. Damian Wilson on the far side looking down low for Bud Crawford. That's where a lot of their offense has been coming from. Finishing ability just not there for Crawford tonight. Good rebound that time by Wilson. The Alexander with it coming the other way was poked away from it. Lob goes down inside. Alexander unable to finish. That would have been a highlight reel replay. 3-pointer on the way, no good that time from Evans. Fighting for it once again is Fish. LaRue tried to draw the charge, no good, and another putback by Staley. It's Jamal Davis picking it up this time. They are all over that offensive glass, just outsizing and dominating the boards so far. Be a timeout by Coach Little, and I think a wise one, trying to get his Tigers back together. 30-second timeout called, and we saw what happened after the last one. They started to come out with a little more fire in them. Maybe that's what Coach Little is trying to instill in them in this time. 9-point ball game, 1:53 left in just the second quarter.
You know, you talked about the Chiefs spark and coming back from the 24-point deficit. maybe the Falcons got that spark tonight. Getting the lead to 9 points. They're doing a great job on offense and defense.
And they've finally seen a little bit of production out of their big scorer in Byron Alexander, and I think that's been a key part in it. Now that he's knocked down a couple shots, the Tigers have looked a little more timid on defense. The ball movement's been there once again for the Falcons, and that's creating those open shots and allowing guys like Alexander to get their shots off. And they don't miss him a whole lot. Good defense that time by Gazu on the inbound, nearly tipping it away from McDonald. He controls the ball well. He's going to find his brother. Now Benassi on the far side. Tight defense also being played by the Falcons, but they've been able to get the ball down low. Hunter McDonald with it at the elbow. Finds Caden McGuire. He's another guy that can shoot it. He's going to come down inside, misses the little runner. The Alexander. McGuire with the pressure there from full court. And that might be what the Tigers need to do, just stick one guy on him. They're playing man-to-man, but the screens and ball movement are just freeing people up for those open shots. Gazu with it in the corner. Davis with it back outside. Gazu makes himself fall over with the crossover. It's back outside, it'll be Evans. Benassi playing tight defense. Back inside with Fish. He's done a good job on the boards tonight for the Falcons. Evans with it now, trying to break away. Good screen, little pick and roll action. And it's Fish once again getting a bucket down low. Hunter McDonald, the older brother of Luke, finds his little brother, takes it right up the middle of the floor. He's going to try to come down low, maybe looking for a bucket there. Throws it behind his back to try to save it. He doesn't like the call, but it'll go to the Falcons. Tigers not playing with a lot of swag right now. They kind of going through the motions, it looks like, both on offense and defense to this point. 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Falcons are going to try to use all that time, it looks like, bringing it up nice and slow. Evans guarded by Benassi at half court. Gazu with it at the top of the key. Good screen set that time by Davis. Pick and roll not available. It's Alexander guarded by the much shorter Caden McGuire. Good try poking it away there, but he's going to be called for the foul, and that might need to be what the Tigers do. We saw Alexander go only 1 for 2 at the line the first time that he was up there. Maybe you just got to foul him so he doesn't get open and get shots off, because he can dribble the ball, he can shoot the ball, he can pass the ball. There's not much he can't do on the offensive side. Plus with that 6'3" frame, he's tough to stop on offense. Sometimes
the hardest shots to make for a player like Byron Alexander is wide open free throws.
That's 100% true, and we'll see that happen a lot of time. You know, guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Will Chamberlain, these dominant players, that's all you could do was foul him. So maybe we'll see the Tigers take that approach more so. I'm not sure that that was intentional by any means on McGuire's part, but the foul does lead to, once again, the Falcons getting it back in. He missed it. The inbounds pass from the Tigers went straight out of bounds. 9/10 of a second left. They try to lob it to Alexander, and they'll do so. How about that to finish off the half? 34-19. Staley on top of the Tigers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for more second half action here from Staley High School. we're back from Staley High School, where the Lee Summit Tigers, 5-3, are taking on the 8-3 Staley Falcons. The Falcons hit a little hot streak going into the end of the first half, giving them a big 34-19 lead. Josh, do you see the Tigers getting into this ball game at any point, or do you think Byron Alexander finally getting into the swing of things is going to lock the Tigers out of this one?
It depends on how the Tigers set the momentum at the start of this quarter. If they can't pick up, if they can't come back quickly, then I think it'll be out of reach.
A little trouble there on the inbounds pass. Bryson LaRue throwing it a little over the head of McDonald, but he picks it up. And there's Alexander already making his presence felt, and a smart foul that time by McDonald, just to maybe stop a little humiliation, a potential dunk that time coming from Alexander. He ended the first half off on a little inbounds pass in which he caught an alley-oop. Good way to end the quarter for the Falcons. And again, they've got a big lead here going into the second half.
Definitely one way to stop momentum from being built is dunking on the team. So that was a great foul.
For sure. Nice bucket that time coming down low. The Falcons put another couple points up on the board. McDonald will try to get the Tigers' feet back under him here as we start the second half. Andy DK down low, and a foul that time called on Evans. Kyan cannot believe it. Hands on his head. I'd imagine that's what it means. Hands on the head. He can't believe the call.
Although Felix knew it was a foul, he was very certain it was.
Yeah, he's ready for that inbounds pass as soon as it happened. McDonald here finds Kemp in the corner. Good, tight defense that time coming from Stone. Kemp went for a little step-back crossover. He was unable to execute. Ball rolls out of bounds. It'll go back the other way, so the Falcons chance to build on this lead even more. Evans with it, just crossed half court. Standing right in the middle of that big Falcons logo. Coming down inside, gonna throw a little hook pass behind him. Three-pointer on the way from Stone, no good. Rebound that time for Andy DK. 7 minutes left here in period number 3. McDonald finds Kemp on the near side. Looking down low, finds the big sophomore Max Wisner. Good take inside, and again, Bridges has his number. Or rather, Davis had his number that time. Several blocks for him already down low. Nothing coming inside when Jamal Davis is around. Locking the Tigers' big men down all night. Alexander on Wisner in the corner. Far side, good pass that time to find LaRue. LaRue coming down inside. Gets around the defense. Wisner tries to tip it up and in, no good. NUDK rebounds. Goes up strong, no good. Once again, the lineman just about grabbed the rebound, unable to do so. K-State commit on the football field here, trying to make a name for himself on the basketball court as well. Gazzo cross-court pass. Alexander now on the far wing. Coming back down inside, it's Davis. Going strong up on Kemp, no good. Kemp fights for the rebound, forces the foul call, and it'll go the other way. Josh, what do you make of this full court press that Staley's been implementing? I mean, it has locked the Tigers down anytime they're trying to get the ball up the floor. They look like they're struggling to really break it. It's a good one.
You know, at the beginning of the game, Tigers were great in the paint, scoring 2 points easily and efficiently, and Staley really stepped up the defense on the paint and making them work around it. And they're doing a great job stopping them from getting points.
And the pressure is intense the whole way up the floor. Like I said, that full court press just keeping the Tigers looking like they're nervous to get the ball up the field, or up the court rather. So Amari Kemp to inbounds after he draws the foul. Staley already with 3 here in the young second half. Alexander with a steal. There's Tigers back in transition. He's still going to go all the way, going up and finishing.
Heavily guarded by Max Wisner, but that didn't stop him. Great bucket by Byron Alexander.
Yeah, he did just about everything he could there on defense. There's not going to be any way to stop that guy if he wants to get something to go down low. As we mentioned before, 6'3", he can shoot the ball, he can dribble, go down low, do whatever he wants. And he's a finisher as well. Good double fake that time by the sophomore Bryson LaRue as he finishes off down low, getting away from the defense and putting one in the bottom of the net. Finally, the Tigers are able to put some points on the board here in the second half. Davis, nice pass to the cutting Alexander, and a bucket for the Falcons. We mentioned 19 points a game coming into this one. He was shut out for most of the first quarter as the pass sails away that time for the Tigers. He was shut out for most of the first quarter, got his name on the board in the second, and now we're seeing him kind of explode and really grow into this ball game. A good third quarter for him so far. 5:10 left here in the third quarter. Josh, does your prediction that the Tigers have some hope to get back into this ball game still stand, or is it dwindling?
It's going to take a lot, but you can't ever get down on the Tigers. Somehow, some way, they could come back.
Alexander with it on the elbow, coming back out to Davis. Pass comes down low, Fish with it. Good defense by NUDK to stop the shot. Ball now outside, shot on the way, no good behind the arc. Asa Bridges missing that one. McDonald pushing it up the floor for the Tigers, finding LaRue on the near side. Cross-court pass, switching the play up for Benassi. And it looks like a foul called that time on Bridges. So Benassi will inbound on the far side sideline. 4:34 left in period number 3. The Falcons already 4 fouls. Inbounds pass a little wild that time. Tigers struggling to do so here in the second half. Cross-court pass to Benassi. He's going to jack one up from about a mile out. No good. Good rebound that time by NUDK. He's going to go up with it. Good move to get away from the defense. And Felix NUDK gets himself on the board. Full court pass coming all the way down inside. Davis with a good finish. And the high pace of play continues for the Falcons. They've looked for that pass several times in this one. They've just not really converted. And that time finally finishing it off. Good steal by Alexander. Throwing it down for the Falcons. Little showtime dunk for Alexander.
Alexander has completely taken this game over and truly made it out of reach for the Tigers to possibly come back in this early third quarter.
Big time lead, just about doubling the Tigers score at 23 points. Wisner for 3, no good. Rebound by Bridges. Alexander just a little handoff. Stones up court. Fish. Bridges in, back in the familiar hands of Alexander. In the corner with it, Davis. Alexander. Bridges on the far side, coming to the elbow, finding Alexander in the corner. No good that time. Almost made the call a little too early. Rebound NUDK, and McDonald will take it up the floor once again for the Tigers. McDonald's handled the point well tonight, despite this tight defense that's being played by the Falcons. Good move by NUDK to get inside and finish there. Defense all around him, and an one bucket that time from Felix. He's another player that just looks like they're growing into this game. He's not had a ton of minutes, but doing a good job with the minutes that he does have.
Felix is really pushing around in the paint, and he's getting those rebounds, and he's getting those buckets, and it's definitely helping out the Tigers.
As I was saying before, the young Luke McDonald doing a good job at point for the Tigers tonight, not really turning the ball over. They've been looking down low to those big guys just about all game long. The Tigers and NUDK at the line, and an air ball. Not been a good night at the line for NUDK. He threw the first one off the top of the backboard, hit the front iron on his second, and now an air ball just too short on that one. He's going to have to work on that one in a little bit, and I'm sure Coach Little will make sure that he does do so. Full court pass, Bridges there once again. The Tigers looking like they're struggling on the defensive end, whether it be just right after a bucket or just the whole time. They've not looked great. Bud Crawford down low, loses the handle on it. Bridges and Benassi diving for it. Alexander comes up with it, and NUDK pokes it away, and finally a jump ball is likely going to be the call.
Great effort by Felix there, fighting for the ball. The play's never over until the whistle is blown, which the whistle was blown, but still great effort.
Good job also by Alex Benassi, the sophomore, to jump on it there, trying to make sure that they can't get a quick pass off and get more transition buckets. Tigers will try to find their groove defensively here. Stone, quick pass down low. Finished by Caillou Gazzo. Benassi met by the full court press, has no problem beating it himself. Gonna look to get rid of it. Picked his dribble up, pass deflected, but picked up by Damian Wilson. Moving now down into the corner, getting down to the block, looking up, finding McDonald in the corner. Shot fake goes down low, and a good finish that time by Hunter McDonald. The Tigers aren't completely out of this one yet, but it's going to be tough the way these Falcons are playing to get back into it fully. Alexander, Bridges. Now back to Alexander, little two-man play going on here for the Falcons. Kicks it out. Bridges wide open three on the way and knocks it down. The Falcons are shooting the lights out here in the second half, and they'll do so again. Asa Bridges, the sophomore, knocking down another for Staley.
That was just a great shot, extending the lead to 24 points.
Good take that time by Alex Benassi to answer. Going all the way down inside, even with the tall bodies around him. A good finish. Coming all the way, Bud Crawford. How about that?
He gets up there. He gets up there.
After the whistle, he's 6'8", but he makes the most of it. Swats that one away, and it's a shame that was after the whistle. But that keeps away those two potential points, and no and one going to be allowed that time by the tall Bud Crawford.
How high do you think he can jump, Jordan?
That's hard for me to say. I'm not normally a good judge at that, so I'm not going to take a stab at it and offend anyone or do anyone too nicely. Felix and Udica are going to check out of the game. Caden McGuire, the youngster coming on for Lee Summit. Notice how I sidestepped the question there completely. I think that was pretty well done by myself.
Pretty good job.
Crawford there, man, just skies up into the air, gets the rebound. Benassi looking up, finding Damian Wilson. The Tigers trying to get a little transition bucket of their own. Crawford finishes at the rim, but again, just after the whistle. So Crawford's had a couple stats taken away from him here in the last couple whistle blows by the ref, as Damian Wilson gets called for the travel. Byron Alexander coming up slowly, finding the pass down low, tipped away. Gazu would have had another chance at an easy bucket there. Staley getting scores with ease here. Already crossing the half-century mark. The Tigers still haven't even broken 30, so they've really taken control of this one in the second half, and really it all started late in the second quarter when Byron Alexander got himself on the board. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Hitting off the backboard that time from DJ Patia. Coming up the floor, Damian Wilson. Would have been an acrobatic finish, a little double pump, and then he's fouled and it's taken away from him. So good effort that time by Wilson. He's made himself known in transition a couple times for the Tigers already, but unable to finish that time. Would have been an and one for Lee Summit. Chance of USA from the Staley Falcons loud crowd here, or student section I should say. Wilson knocks down the first. Josh, if you had to take a guess, what would you say their theme is for tonight in that Staley student section?
By looking over there, I would have to assume USA, but that might be a stretch. I'm not sure.
I think I would have to agree with you. That's exactly where my mind was.
They are definitely proud Americans.
They are for sure. If that's not the theme, then they're shouting it from the mountaintops regardless. Wilson hits both free throws, hustling there to get the steal off the inbounds pass, and a nice behind-the-back pass, but to the wrong team. Alexander able to get the steal back for the Falcons. Back up to the top of the key with Gazzo. Stone with it, tipped away, good steal by Benassi. He's at the other end, ready to finish, and he does so. Good job to compose himself. Knock down the transition bucket for the Tigers. Like you said, it's not over till it's over. Lee Summit still with a chance in this one. In the corner, Patia gets it back out to the top. Gazzo guarded closely by McGuire. McGuire has some fast, active hands, and he likes to use them. Top of the key with Fish. Near side, now back up to the top. Stone with it. McDonald right there with him. Screen came, little pick and roll, and they've been using that to perfection all night long. And that'll run us down here in the third quarter. 54-33 is the score here from Staley High School. The Tigers are going to have to do something dramatic if they want to claw back into this one. We'll take just a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. More of
Gear up for back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America.
Hopefully you can forgive us for taking a little quick break out of the action, but hey, who doesn't love to see Patrick Mahomes every now and then? I guess you don't, you're a Broncos fan. Damian Wilson on the near side for the Tigers. Alex Benassi with it. Takes a look at it, realizes he's a little too far out. Doesn't pull the trigger. This time he will. Took about a step in and knocks it down from another area code. Alex Benassi, that would have been good in the pros.
That's a great idea. Shoot threes. You're already down by a lot. Might as well just throw it up and see what happens.
We're seeing a different attitude from the Tigers here defensively. A little press coming in there from their own and trying to trap as soon as the ball got across half court. That'll probably be the mindset from here on out. No good from Fish at the block. McDonald with the rebound. Looking up court, finding Wilson. We already mentioned he likes to score in transition, and an acrobatic finish going up and under. Damian Wilson. The Tigers already going to force a timeout out of Staley. 7:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Probably a good idea just to calm the players down to realize, hey, we're going to be getting pressed probably for the rest of the game. Let's take a deep breath here and make sure we don't lose this lead. Of course, coming from the Falcon side of things, whereas Coach Little here probably just saying, good job, guys. You started things off well here in this fourth quarter. Let's keep it going. Try to make a comeback in this ballgame.
Great job by the Tigers, immediately attacking them on defense. You want to keep up that momentum.
A lot of pressure being made for sure. They've come out straight at them, not looking like they're scared on defense. I don't know. I didn't take a good look at it. I don't think they were playing a zone. It looked like just a man-to-man where they're going to trap whenever they can and try to force a turnover. They did a good job. They forced a few turnovers in this one. They've just not made the most of it, and that's why we see them down so much in this one. Inbound will come to Stone. Caden McGuire going to pick him up right around half court. No trap coming this time. McGuire staying right with him. Stone looking for Alexander, cutting. Good steal that time from Caden McGuire. Pass coming into Alex Benassi, going to try to go up in transition, and he finishes. 14-point ball game. The Tigers coming back to this one. Full court pass to Alexander. Crawford down low, gets a block for the Tigers. We're seeing a momentum shift that we haven't seen in a little while. The Tigers playing with a little attitude right now. Alex Benassi with it, looking down low. It's Bud Crawford. Defense all around him, and he finishes for Lee Summit.
The lead was cut in half to 12 points. Great job by the Tigers picking up the momentum.
Great job. They're going to try to trap Alexander. He hasn't crossed half court yet. He's got to do so. He's going to find Gazzo down to the elbow. Now Fish. Gazzo back with it. The Tigers back in a man-to-man. You don't want to lose track of this guy, Alexander, playing a great game. He does it all year long. Fish down low, finding Alexander in the corner. McDonald scrambling over to make sure no shot gets off. And good defense by the Tigers, forcing an almost turnover that time by Alexander. I don't know that the ball was touched that time by McDonald or not. Maybe would have been a half court, but the refs don't think so. Back in the hands of Alexander. Going right at the Tigers defense. And Bud not able to get a block this time. Alexander once again putting 2 points on the board for Staley. Trying to get them back in their winning ways of this one. They're not in a whole lot of danger of losing this lead, but you don't want the Tigers having any chance of clawing back into it. Good steal that time by the Falcons, coming down low. Oh, I don't know about that one. Looked like Wilson got a lot of the ball.
That was a great job. That was a great job getting out there and blocking the ball. Unfortunately, it was a foul.
For sure. It looked like Kendrick Stone was trying to throw one down, and Damian Wilson had none of it. Again, I don't know about the foul call, but regardless, he wasn't letting 2 points come easily there. And Wilson rising up, showing he's got some bunnies of his own, not letting Stone trying to throw one down. And it turns out it's a good foul, because if you give him that bucket, he's at least a point more than what he would have been at. So Stone 0 for 1 so far from the line.
You definitely do not want that if you are the Tigers, because you want to outscore the opponent.
Big ovation from Tiger fans for so far their two spark plugs in the second half. It's been Bud Crawford and Damian Wilson making the most of their minutes here in the fourth quarter. That one hits the front iron and a little friendly roll. Shooter's touch that time. Knocked down by Kendrick Stone. Alex Benassi, no one guarding him. Doesn't decide to pull up, instead goes for the bucket down low. No good. Anu DK fighting for the rebound, going right at Davis, and Alexander strips it away from him. Alexander losing the handle on it for a minute. Now he's going to attack, going right down low. Kemp was straight up, but an and one. Alexander finishes when he wants to, and he does so there. Going to the line once again for the Falcons. 59-42 Staley. We may have spoken a little too soon. They've increased their lead once again. Now back up to 17. Alexander with a chance to make it 18. Doesn't do so. He struggled at the line tonight. Rebound. Davis blocked by Kemp. And DK with the rebound. Trying to make a pass, and it's picked off. And Stone will lay it up for the Falcons. Tigers need to keep that pace up. McGuire coming up, looking like he's ready to shoot. That hand in a shooting position. Coming down and low, and a foul is called on Bryson LaRue. Maybe a little comeback foul for the refs. They may have seen a mistake they liked at the other end. Again, I'm trying to be unbiased here. I don't know that that was a foul on this end. But regardless, Bryson LaRue with 2 at the line. 4:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Nothing's impossible. The Tigers need a comeback in this one. Now in the bonus. Always a good thing. Did you hear that?
It was just a tad bit late, but maybe they should scream it before he shoots the ball.
Yeah, that's. I think that would maybe throw you off if you weren't ready for it at the line. A little bit of noise. LaRue fighting through the noise. What a finish at the line. How about that? 61-44 Staley still, despite LaRue's 2 made free throws. Alexander ready to inbound. Good defense by the Tigers on the full court press. They'll still get the ball in. Alexander and Stone now just going to play a little 2-man until they can get it across half court. Wanting to be careful. They know that trap's coming, so they'll get it into the hands of someone else. Good pass down low, and a good finish that time by the tall Jamal Davis. He's made such a big impact for Staley down low. Whenever they need him to get a bucket down there, he's there. Good hands that time by Alexander. Going the other way. He's going up and throwing it down once again. With some attitude, Byron Alexander.
What a dunk.
The 6'3" forward for Staley. His second dunk of the ball game. If we're keeping track of that stat, I know I am for sure. And that one had some emphasis on it. Amari Kemp going down low. He's going to get fouled. 2 free throws coming up for the Tigers. You got to think about it. That's a big killer of momentum. It's a big thing that gets in the other team's head, but the Tigers have a chance to make up just as many points as were made there with that dunk as they can here at the free throw line. So,
with that dunk, Byron Alexander got his 19 points. Something about 19 points per game is really easy for him to do.
That's right around where his average is. He's just actually a little under 19 a game, right around 18.4. But he's going to throw that one down, and as you said, getting right up there where he's been averaging all year long. I don't know if he's just been a slow starter, because in this ball game he had 2 points coming out of the end of the first quarter without a free throw or a field goal made. But we've seen him come in and really take control of this one here in the second half. No look pass into the corner. Evans with it, trying to get around the Tiger defense, kicks it out. Gazzo, now Stone. Stone coming down low at the block. Late call that time on Wisner going up trying to make a block. And Staley will have more opportunity at the line. It'll be Kendrick Stone. 3:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. 20-point lead once again for Staley. Now knock down the first free throw. If Staley was making their free throws all game long, this would be a blowout of even bigger proportion. They've been to the line a lot tonight and not necessarily making the most of it. 67-45, Staley now leads. Amari Kemp calling for it. Nice cut there. No pass coming from Benassi. Instead, Kemp will fire a 3 at the first chance he gets the ball. No good. Benassi with the rebound. He'll jack one up and knocks it down. I told you when this guy checked in for the first time, he can shoot the rock, and he's done so tonight. Picking up a couple threes here in the fourth quarter. 3:15 left here in the fourth quarter. The Tigers have made an effort in this one. We can say that at least. But this is a scary team in front of them. And Staley, as I mentioned before with the Byron Alexander dunk, playing with some attitude and some sass. They are controlling this ball game at any turn. And they want to make sure that they keep doing that, and that's what they've done, especially here in this fourth quarter. Despite the Tigers' best efforts, and despite us going, oh man, they might come back a little bit, the Tigers cut it down to 12 points, and now we're already seeing it rise back up once more, already up to 19 once again. Lee Summit, 3:15 left in this one. It's not impossible, but you can probably dust this one away and go ahead and knock the win tally for Staley up to 9. And that would make the Tigers 5-4. Which would actually, interesting enough, be equivalent to their football record at the end of the regular season. So a lot of football players on this team, we're seeing that come out once more. Again, it's not that this is a bad team. They're still above 500, but it can be tough against a team like this to come out and pick up a win for sure. Alexander will inbound to Stone. Back to Alexander. Nice and composed, splits 2 defenders. No look pass to Davis in the corner. And back up to the top, it's Stone, and now Alexander. Guarded by Damian Wilson. Cutting down low, looking for the pass in the corner. Back to the corner, it's Gazzo cutting down low. Stone with it back outside. Alexander and the Falcons just playing a little bit of possession, trying to run down the clock. Just 2:40 left in this ball game. And there he has a chance to go to the hole. He decides not to. Nice pass down low. Good look to find Gazzo and a good finish on the other end of it. What a pass that time from Byron Alexander.
That was a great job by Alexander, being patient and not forcing anything and finding the open guy in the paint.
Damian Wilson answers with a 3 from the corner. 69-51. Evans with it. Good defense by the Tigers in the corner. And Evans will dribble it out of bounds. He lost it. The Tigers didn't make contact, and so therefore they'll take it the other way. Caden McGuire will come on, giving his buddy Bryson LaRue a little break. Tigers a very young squad this year. That's got to be scary for a lot of teams. Once a couple of these seniors are gone, it's going to be that sophomore class that we'll really see dominate for Lee Summit. Caden McGuire, one of them, going all the way, nearly finishing with the other hand. He'll go to the line. That's now 9 fouls on Staley, so they're 1 away from giving the Tigers the double bonus. 69-51 prior to the free throws. Caden McGuire, a sharpshooting sophomore with active hands. Once again, the noise almost overwhelming from the Staley student section.
If they get any higher, they might break the glass in here.
Yeah, we're going to have to be careful. We're going to, next time the Tigers play the Falcons, if they do at any point later on in the year, we're going to have to bring some sort of headphones or
like a quiet please sign.
Right, yeah. Maybe we'll need to build a little glass box to encase ourselves in. I don't know that I'll be able to handle that much more. 69-52. McGuire goes 1 of 2 at the line. Stone, now Evans, and they've broken the full court press once again. Zone defense being played now by the Tigers, trying to trap Alexander in the corner. Unsuccessful. Now back out to Evans for 3. No good. Gazzo skies high, gets the offensive board. Stone looks at it, decides not to shoot, kicks it back out, back to Byron Alexander. Little spin move, trying to break away that time from McDonald. Good defense that time by Luke McDonald to come in there and tip it away, and it's going to go in the direction of the Tigers.
Alexander tried another no-look pass, but just like Mahomes, you can't hit every no-look pass.
And, well, I beg to differ. I think
I think Mahomes missed a no-look pass for Kelsey in the beginning of the season. But
it's funny how you remember that, being such a Broncos fan. You seem like you watch the Chiefs a lot.
No, I just, yeah, okay.
I'm going to cut you off there. NUDK going up for the dunk, unable to finish. And you can hear the slap of the skin from here. That time it's going to be Jamal Davis picking up the foul, and Luke McDonald will go to the line. I mentioned how young the Tigers are. Another sophomore Currently just 2 of them out there for the Tigers, 3 seniors on the floor as well. And we apologize to those of you listening with headphones at home or with someone who may be asleep, because I'm sure that they are now awake. Good morning if you were taking a nap. No good on the second free throw. So it's having some effect. The Tigers struggling at the line. Since that new strategy has been implemented, Lee Summit really unable to hit. Byron Alexander cutting down low. No good on the pass. Tips it off his own leg, it looked like. Back out with Evans. Evans now gets to the free throw line, kicks it back out. Just crossing the half-court line. Trap was coming. Staley was sniffing it out. McDonald looking for another steal, unable to get there. Long pass now back to the free throw line. Corner and far side wing. We talked about the ball movement earlier in this one. Just 40 seconds left. They are eating away as much of this clock as they can. Most of these players are standing in the same spot for a long time, but that zone defense unable to catch up. It's hard to move quicker than that ball is being flung around the court, and that's the idea. When you want to try to beat a zone defense, you got to move that ball, and that's exactly what the Falcons have been doing all game long. And they're looking good doing it. 69-53 our score. Inbounds pass to a new sub for Staley. That's Javian Adams getting his first minutes. Looking up, finding Evans. Decides not to pull the trigger. On the far side with Stone. Now Gazzo in the corner. Kicks it all the way back out. Adams finding Stone. Now Davis coming down low. Faking like he wants to score. Staley not allowing this zone defense to get the ball away from him. They've now been keeping it away from the Tigers for about a minute now. And no real chance of Lee Summit, I think, getting it back. They're making it look easy. They're going to go ahead and run the clock down. Just 2 seconds left. 69-53 will be our final score. The Tigers made a great effort to try to come back into that one towards the end of the ball game. But they're unable to do so, falling to the Falcons 69-53. Signing out for Jordan Wood, Josh Walker, Tommy Kelsey, and Delvin Wynn. I'm Jordan Wood. We'll see you next time at the next Lee Summit High School basketball game. Thanks for sticking with us this whole time. We'll see you soon.